everybody, and welcome to the show, y'all. This is getting ready to be fire. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you to expect. All I can tell you is go get your seatbelt, strap, put it on, get ready for a show that we getting ready to talk about. We are launching our relationship series tonight. This show, we got 4 shows in the relationship series, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it more and more. But I wanted to talk about relationships because all of us are at different stages, whether we're married or single, dating, whatever we're doing, we're all at different stages. But there is so many things that are going on out there that it's just mind blowing. It's mind boggling. And to be in the dating scene is just something that just continues to just blow me away. So tonight, just for the relationship series, if you want to call in and you want to be live and participate with the show. If you are watching live, you can call in at 443-454-3751 to participate live in the conversation. So tonight, for our motivational moment, since we're talking about relationships, so many times we get messed up in relationships because we don't look for the obvious. We don't look for how someone teaches or treats us and how we are operating and what we are doing. We operate in a way that we operate blind. We want to be in something so bad that we don't take the time to really, really go down to the nooks and crannies and just look at the obvious. Like, how do they treat you? How do they talk to you? How do they do what they do? And I'm not talking money. I'm talking about how do they treat you as a person. Somebody can buy you everything in the world. They can give you a car. They can give you, just like on Girlfriends, he can give you something expensive, but does he love you for real? Does he love you for you? Does she love you just because you're giving her things or she is giving him things? You got to think about the bigger picture of it because it's all about how you treat somebody. And y'all know we're going to Bible it tonight because in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, and it's the ESV, it says, "Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes all things, endures all things." And that's something, even though we're talking about um a romantic relationship or even with our friends, we have to remember that when we are involved with somebody, they have to be patient. They can't be envious. They can't be boastful. And when I say patient, you got to get to know somebody. The first sign of this is why we can't stay together either, because we're not patient. One wrong move and you out. One bad thing, you out. One thing, or you start thinking, well, why they got that and I don't? Why was they with them and they not? And then you can't be arrogant or rude. That drives me insane. If you can't laugh with somebody, have fun with somebody, then you're wasting your time. You cannot sit up and put yourself out there and be with somebody that's arrogant. They loud and they going off on the waiters and not being nice to the people, because then that makes you look bad. You have got to look at everything, because just because, and I'm gonna be real, just because they can please you in the bedroom don't mean that they're good for you on the outside. You have got to start looking at the whole picture. And that's why we get so caught up in the physical that we forget about our emotional state. And then when that physical starts to go down, then we're looking crazy because we don't even know how to communicate with the person. Because again, you have to have love in this, and you have to have a true love. And wrongdoing, anybody that will lie to you, they will steal from you, they will cheat on you. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. You want to be able to jump out and do what you have been called to do. I say this all the time. When you are chosen, it's not saying that you are going to be perfect. It's not saying that you're not going to make mistakes. It's not saying that you're not going to choose the wrong person sometime, but you have to be able to jump up and do what you got to do. And just start thinking about 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, and know that when someone says that they love you, that is more than a 4-letter word. It's more than just, oh, I love you. Really, they might be saying they LUV, they love you, not love you, because love means that they have to show some type of action. Love is an action word. Love is a verb. It's giving action, it's giving movement. And action doesn't also, and then don't get it twisted now. Don't think that just because they say they love you and they're giving you things, you got to know their love languages. And we're going to talk about that this week too. We're going to talk about the love language. What makes you feel love? When you know what makes you feel love, then you're able to receive love. And when you realize it, then you can move forward. You have got to hold on to this and hold on to what you've been called to. And then I'm going to throw something else to you tonight as I close out the motivational moment. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. I ain't got to even explain that. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt if somebody is bad for you. Do you want to lower your standards just to be with somebody? Do you want to lower your standards just to be seen? Do you want to lower your standards just to get on a platform? Do you want to lower your standards just because you think you're going to make more money, be more prestigious, get certain doors, but yet still you're feeling grubby and grimy on the inside? Think about that when you start doing things that are, good and well, that are amoral to what you believe and that are setting you up for failure. Be ready to move out and do what you have been called to do. You have got to stand up and do what you know to do, because you have got to do everything that God has called you to do, because you have been chosen for this. We're talking about relationships, and we're going to be honest about it. We're going to talk about we have to do some things that we have got to embrace it and be honest with it. And tonight there are no titles. And see, that's another thing. We ain't talking about no titles. We ain't talking about no position. We ain't talking about no degrees. We talking about the down and dirty about what we have to do. Because when love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. And then don't be ashamed of who you love. And I'm going to leave it right there. But today's motivational moment, you just get ready to be open for love and be open to do what you know to do. Stop closing yourself out from relationships. Yes, you could have had a bad one. Yes, we've all been there, done that, got several t-shirts to prove it, but get ready to step out and walk into your new. Well, all right, guys, I got my baby. I got some co-hosts tonight. And when I tell you they are ready, they on fire, they are ready to have this conversation with us. They ready to just take it to the next level. I'm so excited about what they're going to be doing, because baby, it's going to get raw. I always say this is conversations for the grown and sexy. It's definitely going to be grown and sexy tonight. Well, all right, guys, we'll be right back with you right after these messages. What's up, ladies? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all, I got the ladies from Sexy Single Shooting Shots. They are going to be my co-hosts during the relationship series. I'm so excited to have them here, and we are getting ready to jump right in. I want you ladies to go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell the people who you are, what you do, and what does Sexy Single Shooting Shots mean?
Hi, guys. I am R.L. Fleming, and I am the founder, president of Sexy Single Shooting Shots. It is a group on Facebook where me and some girlfriends said, there's got to be a man out here for us. There's got to be somebody for us. But what we were finding was that people's mindset wasn't ready or prepared, even our own. So I've grown a lot in the last 3 years. But it is a great group where you can heal. You can ask those questions that most people don't even want to answer or don't even know the answer to. But we are definitely there to help and support and just be a fun way to get the information that you need about yourself and the new age relationships. So I am R.L. Fleming. I'll pass it over to Leona.
I am Leona Kendrick, and I am her partner in crime. And I'm usually the one who's going to say what probably shouldn't be said. Yes, so Sexy Single Shooting Shots, we love bringing people together to have those real conversations, the ones that, when you were a kid, you probably couldn't talk about, but as an adult, you still think about. So we do those things to bring people the ability to say, hey, I'm ready for love, but there's some things that I need to fix, adjust, or just reevaluate in my life. So we are excited to talk to everyone and to join in our conversation.
Woohoo! See, I told y'all ain't ready for tonight. And somebody said, hey, Deborah Queens, what's up? What's up, Angel? Y'all, I'm so excited about tonight's show because I'm actually in the group. But I'm one of them. I hardly ever participate, y'all. I'm the worst. Because I'm so busy, but we still keep in contact. And I do look at some of the posts, and that's kind of like where we develop, not kind of like, that is where we develop these next show series that we're going to be doing. So get ready. And like I said, put your seatbelts on because this show is getting ready to go to another level. Now, like we said, tonight for the relationship series, we are doing something special for you guys. If you want to call in, we have the call in number scrolling across the bottom. You can call in and talk to us live. Now, only if you watch the replay, don't call the number because then I'm like, Lord help them. But if you want to call in and participate in the conversation, or if you hear something, make sure that you chat. And if you're watching, hey, make sure you go ahead and share as well. Well, all right, y'all, let's just go ahead and jump right in. One of the posts that you guys had in the group that caught my attention, and I was like, I never thought about it like that. It was talking about old school and new school women in dating, how the dating rules have changed. Like old school would, make the place for the man, set the table. They would come in, cook, clean, and do everything. That's old school. New school is like, baby, where you taking me? So how do y'all look at old school versus new school, ladies?
I'm going to say for me, I think we all expect now the best of both worlds. We want some of the old school. We want some of the new school. But what some of us old school people, and I'm usually more traditional, some of us don't like to always acknowledge everything that came along with the old school of just having to cook and just having to clean. Some of us had to accept a lot of things that at this age, I'm not willing to accept. So I probably don't mind doing the traditional of the cooking. I don't mind cleaning and going to work. But you might have to do half of that yourself, of that cooking and cleaning, or you're going to take me out at least on the weekend if I fed you all day. But I also am not going to be wondering where you at on Friday night because you think you're going to the Jew joint. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I am very traditional. Most people don't get that from me. I am traditional, which you'll find in my answers, but I am the cook, the clean, the keep the house tidy. And that's even when I was working full time. Even though now I work from home and I have a little more time on my hands, I still say, my boyfriend and I, we share in traditional roles. And so we adhere to that and we like that. We enjoy that. Now this new school stuff it blows my mind to think that they can't cook. Oh, how you eating? You eating out every day? I don't understand. So we need to talk about it because I want to understand. That's the generation that my daughter is in. And so she cooks, she cleans. I'm sure she's like a unicorn out here in these streets because she does all the traditional stuff at 25.
And I tell them all the time, I said, I do know how to cook. I just choose not to. Because sometimes it's like, I'm busy, but I will. I can. I mean, I can do what I need to do. It's not like my mom. Look, my mom and them didn't teach me, but it's like, it's like, do you think we have this whole old school versus new school is because maybe we have lowered our standards in some areas, or we're accepting more, or no? You know what? I really think. Let me rephrase this whole question. Not necessarily lowered our standards, but do you think we have increased our standards and our expectations because we are not totally dependent on a man for what we want, like where we drive, where we live, where we work? We're not dependent on a man for that. Do you feel like that's where we're really the basis of this old school versus new school?
I don't agree with that. What I think is that if you took a scale, right, in a relationship, and in this scale, you have the load of the home and you have the load of the bills. Okay. Back in the day, one person held one, the other person held the other, but we maintain a balance in the house. Nowadays, if the woman is working, okay, it's raising the bar in the relationship, right? Well, the guy says that because there are plenty of men out there that don't mind being the house husband. So now it braces it. It's still the same equality in the relationship, but that woman is just saying, hey, I can cook. Well, for me, I'm gonna say this. I can cook. I clean. I take care of my children. I do the majority of everything that dwells within the home. Now, outside the home, I'm not mowing the lawn. I'm not doing that. You either pay for that or do it yourself. But at the same time, because I go to work 8 hours a day, just like you do, maybe it means that I don't cook 5 days out of the week. I might only cook 4 days or 3 days out of the week. And yes, that means you are going to have to provide the meal for us 1 day of those or 2 days out of the week. I think we just balance it. And too many times right now, we trying to make it a negativity thing, but it's not. It's really about being fair in relationships. And the whole old movement of women having to go in the workforce because of wars and all that kind of stuff. You can't tell her to go to work 8 hours, come home, cook 10 hours, and then you expect me to give you something that night. I'm tired.
That whole part, you gotta come through.
All of that. Dinner when I get home, and then you can have some dessert.
Exactly. Balance is good. Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. It is, Wanda. It is.
And it's like we have, and then these are real conversations to have, because you still have some men that think you are supposed to go to work, come home, cook, clean, and then be ready to spin and fly off what's chandelier? Is that what they say? Because I'm single.
Dangling from the chandelier. All of that.
All that and some.
But I just think as we look at ourselves, what are you willing to provide? Okay, now find somebody that's okay with. So, I don't think the three of us are that much different, but I'm okay with the fact that I was about to say something. I am not okay with working 20 hours and then I still have to get up and repeat and repeat and repeat. There has to be a break. And so in my home, it is the, Family Friday, we going out. Sunday, I make sure I cook Sunday because that's important to me. But the other day, Saturday, it might be a toss-up. We might order pizza. You don't never know. It's just there's a break in there, but you got to find the balance for you, for your home, so that you don't become overwhelmed and stressed. And what I would say, lose yourself.
Oh, that's important. And losing yourself and lack of communication, because everything that you just said, it all boils down to communication. Are you communicating what you're going to deal with? Are you communicating what your feelings? Like, okay, look, Monday through Thursday, you got me, but boo, Friday and Saturday, we're going to figure something out. But, again, are you communicating that?
Yeah.
How is that working out?
Yeah. And so for me, I'm a big communicator. Let's talk. I want to talk. I'm all about the talking. Let's talk with no holding back. Because if you can't say it the way you're feeling it and there not be any emotions attached, you're not getting out what you really need to say. And so you're only fixing the fluffed part. You got to get down to the root of that and figure out, okay, how can we compromise or how can we do something a little different? Because if you don't, you're not going to be happy, and you want to be happy, man. I just want to see people smiling, especially Black love, just loving on each other, just all good. And that's because we got to open our mouths and communicate. And as women, for sure, we can't be afraid. Oh, he going to leave us. You better let him walk.
That part, that's real. That's real. Wanda said, my husband and I share responsibility. We discussed that before we got married. We both cook and we both clean. He actually does more than I do. I love it. I love it.
I am around married couples all the time. I have a group of friends and they've been married for, or been together 20 plus years, all of them married and all that kind of stuff. And in my mind that I've always had, because I've definitely come from a traditional home, both my parents, very traditional. My mindset would always, the woman did the majority of the cooking, and she usually was the better cook. This group of men,
household it was.
I love my friends, and their husbands do most of the cooking. And I'm like, this happens? I didn't know. So I'm finding more. And actually what it is doing for me, because I felt my identity for a long time, the value of myself was into the fact that I cook for my man. I serve him his food. I make sure that his clothes are ironed and all those kind of things. I thought that made me valid. What I started realizing is that's not important for everybody. And sometimes they find their love language for me was the act of service. And their act of service was cooking for me because I'm consistently doing things for others. And it took a relationship for me to hear someone say, you don't have to be the cook in this relationship. So it changed my mindset to start understanding that balance part, that no, I don't have to cook all the time because he's still gonna love me. He ain't going nowhere because he's still, you know. And as I said, watching those couples, I'm like, wow, just like Wanda said, he does more than I do. And I just never had that concept growing up.
Yeah, and I'm with you in the same boat, because I thought that was do all be all. Oh, I can cook, I can clean, whatever you need. My mama raised me that way. But then when you start to meet guys that were raised by single moms, they can do that too. But like, they didn't go up with that traditional piece, and I think that's what goes into that. And my auntie said communication is the key. Absolutely, absolutely. And then Wanda said, communicate your needs and desires before the wedding day.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because people just be like, oh, I can't tell them this because I got to get that ring, I got to get down that aisle, I got to buy the cake, the dress, and all that good stuff. And then your marriage be miserable.
And so I talk about, well, I've mentioned it in the Sexy Singles group a lot, where I say, that first month, why are you not pouring your heart out to what it is you want and need? Y'all not locked in. Surely you're not loving them in a month, but you could, and that's your business. That's your business. But did you tell them, communicate what your likes and desires are? Get that stuff out up front. What I do in every relationship, I have a list of almost 200 questions. You're going to get through a good half of those. We're going through. You don't even know it. I'm just, so what do you like? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, when you jumped off the moon, did you dive into... We asking because I want to understand where your mindset is, because we have to match up. I want to make sure that we're equal in those thoughts, and what are we doing in the future and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's okay. We can be friends, but you can't be over here.
Absolutely. And sometimes somebody you meet might just need to be your friend and not in a romantic relationship. And It is what it is. It is.
You know, and I think one of the things that's different from old school versus new school, some of the old school, as women, we always just kind of go with the flow. When we take that whole concept of letting a man lead and stuff, we kind of sit around and we're available when he calls, when he want to take us out. We do all that. That was the old school way. And then eventually we knew that his intentions was to be with us. So we went with that. But with the new school, some of these same men that was 20 doing that 20 years ago, they 40 and 50, and they don't want to do that anymore.
Absolutely.
They want the same companionship. They want the same courting that they did back in the 20s, but they don't want the commitment to that. So, Ariel, when you say you ask those questions, I'm the type, I no longer look for the fluffy honeymoon Disneyland stage in the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
I say, let's get all the worst things about us out first.
Yes.
Build on our happiness. Because the worst thing is to start in the fluff and girl, he liked me. He called me every Friday. And then you start finding out he only called you on Friday, girl, because he got a wife the rest of the days. No. I'm gonna pass on that. I need to know all the bad stuff. Tell me everything. Tell me what happened in your previous relationship, how you cheated on her. Tell me all that, whether you got ED, all that other stuff. Tell me all that right now.
You slid that in there. You need to go back. You slid ED in there. You slid it in there.
Y'all know ED is real when you over 40. So I don't know why people be trying to play the game. So I'm sorry. My old school love says I need to know that ahead of time.
How about that?
Yeah. And not only that, so being over 40, because I'm approaching 50, there's some other medical issues. I just need to know, are you about to die in the next year or two? Just let me know so I understand.
Look, what's your sugar diabetes level?
Do you take your blood pressure medicine?
Do you take your pills?
I don't want to be checking on you every day. You like, oh, I'm going to the hospital. I don't know. No. Just take your medicine. Do I need to set the timer on the phone to text you to make sure you take your medicine every day? I want to see you. I want your grandchildren, my grandchildren. I want them to see you. Honey, if that's something that I have to think about, just be upfront and say, these are the 17 medicines I take every day. And then we're going to try to find a natural way to relieve some of those things. But
sad part, you said 17 and you probably good and true and on point that it is 17. That's the funny part.
The last man I dated had the whole pharmacy across his counter. And I'm like, so your back hurt. You got arthritis, your blood pressure, you got anxiety. Like, dude, you got all.
That mean ain't nothing else working if you taking all them pills. And
there goes the ED.
My first question to every man: Do you take high blood pressure medicine? Which one? Because you know there are certain kinds that are not good for African American men. So let's do the research, and we might be. Can we catch it before it? Oh, it already happened. Oh, okay. I don't think this is going. Hey, friend. Hey, friend.
Girl, you know that's a whole nother show. We might have to talk about that. We might add, you know what, y'all get ready because we might add some more shows to the relationship series. But just so y'all know, let us make some quick announcements and then we're going to get ready to take this conversation up a notch. So if you think this was fire, wait till we go up a notch because we're going to start talking about the real new school dating. Well, all right, guys, just so y'all know, this is our relationship series. The relationship series is going to be January tonight, February the 3rd, February the 10th, and February 17th. These are the scheduled nights. So they will be live with me and my two ladies. We are taking these things right on up to. So if you got to set your calendar, set your timers, get ready for the relationship series. Did y'all want to add anything about the relationship series, ladies? All right. All right, so, wait a minute. We do have some more announcements. These are church announcements. It's official, y'all. We have not launched Ignite You Now. That is the life coaching services under Church Girls CEO. You can go ahead, go to the website, check it out for churchgirlsceo.org. You can get all the information about Ignite You Now. And then we have the Church Girls CEO meet and greet right here in Atlanta on February the 26th. Y'all, it's going to be fire. Anybody that's in the area, you need to come in, meet the people. We are officially launching the magazine, the Church Girl CEO magazine. You getting ready to see a whole lot of stuff going on that day. So go ahead and get your tickets, get your gas cards, whatever you got to do to be in Atlanta on February 26th. You need to be here. Go on over to the website. It has all the information. Now, ladies, I need you to unmute because I need a drum roll, please. Because baby, we're ready to take this show to another level. If you're not in the place, get ready because it's gonna be fire. This brother here is setting fire on everything he do. Whatever he talk about is going to be fire. That's why we had to make this one exclusive evening with Mr. Kevin Wesley. Y'all, this is going to be an exclusive conversation with him. If you want to be live and in the place, you have an opportunity now to go get your early bird ticket for $20. That's it. $20. You can be live in the studio. It will be virtual. You can get your tickets. You'll be able to ask questions. Whatever you need, we will be right here to join in. I will be posting that link that you in the chat so you can be able to join us live for this. Ladies, would y'all like to share some things about what we're going to be talking about with Mr. Wesley?
Well, we're going to go right on into poly. We're going to understand what these new school relationships are really about because there's so many types. It's not just boyfriend, girlfriend anymore. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that we need to understand, really see how the dynamic works because we weren't taught that growing up. No matter what your age is, nobody set you down and said, here's poly, let me explain it to you. Here's whatever that is, Willow Smith is, so we want to understand. And we want to see what that is. And maybe that's something you enjoy, So he's going to let us in on all his secrets.
And curiosity can be fulfilled. So let's learn.
Because curiosity doesn't always kill the cat.
It don't kill it. It might excite it. So
that is hilarious. Hilarious.
Might even help some of them with that ED.
We might have to have an agreement and an understanding.
That part. So, guys, if you are ready to have a real conversation about what is going on, I need you to join us because we are going to be live and in the place. And I hope this is right that I'm getting ready to put in this chat that it's the right link and it don't look like it, but we're going, that is not right. But anyway, we're going to fix that link and we're going to get the right link for you so you'll be able to get your tickets and be able to join us live in the place with Mr. Kevin Wesley. Well, all right, y'all, we're getting ready to move on over to our next phase, our next part of this conversation. Okay, so this next part of the conversation messed me all the way up. Let me just go ahead and put it out there. Baby, first of all, I was hanging out with my brother, and I got to give him all the credit. And he had this ratchet TV on. Because, see, I don't get a chance to watch I don't get into a lot of reality TV. It's not like I didn't like it, but I know me. I get caught up. And once I get caught up in it, I got to be on TV the whole time. I got to be watching the whole time. And I'm like, I can't do this, y'all. I got to be free. So he had me watching this show. And y'all, it's called Love While Locked Up. Now, first of all, I was tripping because this is in season 3. Now, Love While Locked Up is people only dating exclusively people that are in jail. They are locked up. And at first I thought it was just women dating men that were locked up. Y'all, it is men dating women that's locked up too. So I'm getting ready to throw this over to y'all. What y'all think about this?
Only if we were together before he went would we be in a relationship. I am not seeking you out in the jail. I am not. I
don't even know if I'm gonna handle it if we was together beforehand. I can't do it. It's too much stuff that happens in jail, and I'm a fairly secure woman, but I do also comprehend. Actually, I just was reading a chat from a gentleman the other day, and he said that men biologically need to release once a month. So my concern is if my man is in jail and I ain't there, who helping you? And so I'm not going to have that as a concern. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Every month, huh?
That's what he said that because we were talking about men being abstinent compared to women being abstinent in relationships, and why is it that most of the time the big thing is making sure women are abstinent and you're holding yourself, all the good stuff, church stuff, And his response was, biologically, that's not even possible for men. Like, we can do that. We have a monthly thing that helps us release things from a woman. Men don't have that, so they have to do it themselves. So if you telling me that and this man goes to jail, it's only so long that you're gonna think about my pictures or something. So I can't worry about that.
Yeah. What is the audience? Are they saying?
Yeah, what y'all want?
Let me tell you, they ain't said nothing yet. So I'm getting ready to tell y'all what messed me up with this. First of all, I was still tripping that it was like in season 3. So I watched said episode, and one lady was like, "Oh, I'd rather be with somebody in prison because at least I know where they are, and I ain't got to worry about the affection piece." I was like, like so.
Well, and so let's touch on the affection piece, the touching piece. There are people who don't prefer to touch all the time. They don't even get excited just to touch.
I'm not touchy-feely.
Huh?
I'm not touchy-feely. So, but
yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to know that you're gonna be gone forever, no touching. I don't, and I'm touchy, so we breeze past each other, and I'm touching. I'm all over you touching. Like, I can't live without the touching.
But I guess the problem that I'm having is that you still putting money on this baby commissary. You still paying for stuff. You still going out here doing stuff. And what are you getting in return besides what, 5-10 minutes behind some glass? I'm confused.
That's what I'm trying to understand. What is the benefit in the relationship? Like, I mean, just no joke. Like, how much time are you spending together? Like, it usually.
But sometimes people, they want to just know that they got somebody, and I would have never said that until I started this group, and women from that group. I'm just happy to be with him because I'm with him.
But you won't see him.
But are you happy?
Yeah.
So sometimes I just think that, the mindset, that's where the mindset comes in. What is the mindset? What happened that's okay, and that you don't desire more or think you deserve more, because you do deserve to be happy in a relationship. Now, if that makes you happy and not
like, I guess I'm looking at, okay, maybe it's a certain time frame they can handle it for them to be gone. But I am thinking, even if you're not a touchy-feely person, there's some form of dating, of affection, besides just words that you want. Because to me, if you have someone that's in jail, that's no different than just having a pen pal. That's text buddies. Talk about old school, new school relationships where you have these text relationships. You're not in a relationship, but you text every morning. You check on how each other's day, and you have all that. Mm-hmm. But there's not a relationship. I wouldn't necessarily put that in a situation where this is a person that I am building something with. Because what are you building? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, if their life is going to be there forever or a long time, are you building? Because we already deal with enough couples who are in relationships and have changes that happen over the course of years, and it's difficult to stay together. How do you have that with someone who is experiencing different things, something, every day in an environment that you have no clue about? Like, he knows about what happens in real world, but you have no clue of half of what's happening in that life he's having. How do you build?
First of all, he might not even know how to use the toothpaste when he come out. I'm just saying.
He may just want to make sure that he has everything in this little space. So what happens when you come out and you're free, or I'm not saying that he has to come live with you, but if that's the situation, he comes back out and you're trying a whole different world to like reconnect. And I don't know. To me, it just would be really difficult.
Yeah, I saw that too, Deborah. Like, what was that?
That's okay. I'm on it.
Okay. So, it's hard because, I try not to judge others for their choice. And I definitely, my friends know, I'm never going to tell you to leave your man because I don't want you to tell me to leave mine. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be there to support you. I'll be there to encourage you or whatever you may need. But, I think as we think about love and relationships, making sure that we're choosing those types of things that make us happy, whatever that may be.
But I was listening to again watching the show because there was nothing else on TV. Mm-hmm. I was listening to the dynamics of the conversations because they did talk to the friends. They had one young lady that her mom was trying to help her understand that you might be setting yourself up for failure. But and as we progress in this conversation, because I was still, doing my research, I was tripping that they got 12 best. I'm sorry, I can't say it with a straight face. Let me read it. Let me read it out loud.
Wait, look, I was like, 12 what?
12 best free prison dating site options for 2022. They got 12.
Wait, there's websites for you to find your love that's in prison?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I share a few?
Sure. I'm going to just keep grinning.
Match. We all on Match. So that means if you on Match, you might be getting matched with somebody in prison. Another one says meet an inmate. Love.
That's intentional. That's intentional. That's a whole different.
Yeah. Love a prisoner. Write a prisoner. Inmate classified. Inmate mingle. Dating prisoners. Prisoner inmates. Friends beyond the wall. And then this one, women behind bars. Inmate passions. and Canadian Inmates Connect. I can't make this stuff up. It's on the website.
All the way to Canada, huh?
Yeah, all the way to Canada. And you know, I have I'm speechless.
I'm just smiling.
I'm speechless.
I guess, okay, Matched. I'm gonna let that slide because you don't know. It's so much stuff on Matched. You don't know which, and these people, you know, people have access to internet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to intentionally do, that's like getting a chain letter and intentionally continuing to talk to the man that's trying to get me to deposit the check, you know, and like I keep talking to him every day and building something with him, knowing good and well that you over somewhere and across the seas and I ain't gonna never meet you. Like, I just don't see that as like I'm volunteering to do that. Just
yeah.
But I was again shocked that it would
you
even
think
be
they're controlling.
Huh?
Do you think those persons that are dating them are people that have like controlling fetishes, or they're just controlling?
Okay, so the question is, are you talking about is the person in prison controlling the person that's outside, or the person outside controlling the one inside?
Do you like think about this? There are some people who have no level of trust because of all the bad situations that they have had. And you said one of the women was there because she said she knows where he is. Do you think that that's like a controlling thing or something? That
it is, but the crazy part, you still got the dude behind the wall that's controlling the woman outside the wall. It's still controlling, however you look at it, because it's like, yeah, he locked up, but he telling her what to do, when to do it, how much money, money to put on the commissary, who to go talk.
Submissive. So we old school submissive with the new school relationship.
Absolutely.
You said it.
So at the end of the day, is it really old school versus new school, or is it just something that we really cloud in the water, or is it just the same thing? We just putting it out on Front Street because this ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
It's not, but I think, back in the day, you didn't intentionally go seek out somebody. Now, it used to be back in the day, that's the dude you was talking to when you was young. He got in trouble. He got caught. He went to jail. You stayed with him, your baby daddy, whatever, husband, whatever. And you stuck with him. But I don't think people was intentionally, because you didn't have cell phones and social media. Nobody was driving out there and said, okay, who's single? Like, I don't think that was
they did have, but you know what? Maybe I need to do some more research and see what kind of pen pals they had. Because pen paling somebody in prison ain't nothing new.
That ain't. That
but how did you find those pen pals? The white plate, what did you call it? The newspaper?
It was in the newspaper. And really? Remember when we was kids and we used to get them things, it used to be a project where you had I'm sorry.
Thanks, Ben.
It caught
all our attention. Like,
thanks, Ben. Glad you're enjoying us.
Yeah, I'm so glad. But you know what? How sick and stupid of a waste of a conversation? Actually, not. This is something that we really, and I'm doing this because you brought this up, and because somebody else may be thinking the same thing. We're having this conversation because there are women out here getting duped by this. There are women out here giving their souls and their lives to men behind bars that can't do absolutely nothing for them. There are women in prison that are playing men out here, and that's why they're getting played, because nobody is taking the time to have the conversation. And this is not fake news. This is the real news. So when you come for somebody saying something might be stupid, you might be stupid for saying, I'm sorry, this is my show, because this is Conversations with Deborah Franklin, conversations for the grown and sexy, and I will tell you what to and what not to do. Have a great day, sir, because you got to know what you're talking about. Don't come for me if you ain't ready for me to step back, because this is the problem, and this is why we are doing these shows, because people are not talking about things. You're thinking that it's stupid because it's something that you might not do, but guess what? Your cousin doing it, your friend down the street is doing it, but they hide behind closed doors because they know that you are a negative Nanny, and you're not gonna sit there and listen to them to help them make the right decision. Oh, I'm sorry, did I get on the soapbox? Ladies, it's back to you.
You know what? The teacher in me says I don't hear people who are an adult and they're still misspelling words. So there's a difference between waste and waste. Like, like there, and there, 2 and 2, hey, sorry.
Amen.
And so what I will add is, even if you can't wrap your mind around a woman or a man dating someone in jail, think about all the military people or impersonated persons that are doing the same thing to the women and men, getting what do you call it? Music cards, gift cards, money sent, all under the guise that I'm shipped off. I'll be back in 2 years. And these women and men are holding on for the hope of love at the end.
We don't even have to take it that far. We don't have to take it that far. Most of us nowadays are on dating sites.
Yeah,
we date people that are out. There has been men. I am no joke. There's a guy that has been texting me, talking to me for a year. Have I ever met him? No. Now, is he just my good morning choir to say good morning to me every day? Yes, that's what he is, a part of the morning choir. But it's the same concept. Now, maybe the reason why I've never met him and I've never really asked because I'm, don't care. But maybe he's in jail and he just enjoyed texting. I don't know. So he told me what state he's in, but that doesn't mean he's not in jail in the state that he's in. So it's highly possible. Now, it's just me that I'm a person that if I found out he was in jail, still you're just a good morning choir. But it's no different than what we do every day. I mean, people are messaging each other all day, every day. And then they're like, I've never met him. Oh, there's a whole show called Catfishing because of it.
Absolutely. A whole show. Again, this is how I got sucked into this.
And you said there's 3 seasons of this, so this is
the third season. So that means there's an audience for this.
It's probably ready for season 4 because
absolutely.
Your brother said there were different installments of it.
That's right. Our source did say that. Yeah. That there are different installments to this one show. So it's probably a little more than I need to be worried about. But we have to look at this and look at things from quote unquote our happy place. And that's why we are doing this relationship series and we're doing it from a different perspective. Yes, we could have had a dating coach on here, how to date, how to do your profile. Yes, we could have did that. But what do you do after the profile? Because so many times we are paying people to do these profiles that are a lie. But what are we doing to make sure that we are not getting duped? Make sure that we are finding out what we want to do. And that's what this relationship series is for. We are gonna come on. We're gonna tell the truth, y'all. We done had some fun tonight. So if you enjoyed this show tonight, get ready for the next 3 episodes and make sure that you register for. And the only way that you're gonna be able to participate in the conversation, because it will not be televised. You're gonna have to be in person. So, ladies, we are getting ready to close out. Would y'all like to share some last words with our people tonight?
Yes, something came to mind when you talked about dating sites. Always be safe. Be safe. Ask your questions. Go to public places. Don't go to private places or homes first. Make sure you know who you're going to see. You never know. People are still being kidnapped and killed.
Make sure you are turning on your GPS for your friends to know, to share your locations. If you get license plates numbers, pass the license plates numbers, because I am definitely one that get my friends, my family, everybody know I'm going on a date, everybody follow me. It's not going to turn off until 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you don't hear from me at 11 and at 1, send the people out. Definitely protect yourself.
Yep, and follow the Sexy Single. Go look on Facebook for Sexy Single Shooting Shots. Join the group. We are always talking about something in the group. Something. Raise your questions. Ask your questions. We are there.
We got latecomers coming on here talking about what I missed. Yeah, you done missed a whole lot. You got to go back.
Curtis, where you been at? Come on now.
We done talked about it all tonight, Curtis.
So now you got to be here next week.
Absolutely. Y'all, we getting ready to do some things and we getting ready to take our show to the next level. And I want you to join me and the ladies because we are getting ready to talk straight up. Because this is what we need. Straight conversation. And then we got a new tagline for the show. Y'all be ready because we're going to share that next week. So get ready for the new tagline. Get ready to holler at your girls. But all right, guys, we love you to life and ain't nothing you can do about it. I need y'all to make sure you like and share and like. Go over and like the YouTube page. Subscribe to the YouTube page. But it's been fun and we're going to have a great night. We'll see you next time. Peace.